Episode 1 was the fun part, buying the bikes, hearing them run and getting to ride them for the very first time. But episode 2 is where we find out what we really bought, because the more we pull these bikes apart, the more problems we uncover. Alright, we're back for Wreckers to Checkers, 3 builders, Beechey, Ollie and Jenna, 3 used motocross bikes, and a strict $7,000 budget each, including the purchase price. There is no way Beechey is sticking to that. We've got 6 days to build them, and on day 7 we're gonna ride them.
I want to give it a wash, but I figure that before giving it a wash, I'll pull the plastics off. The things that I know I don't need and, get underneath and give it a better wash without those things in the way. Pops off. Then we're going to jump onto the MX Store website, go into my garage, I'll put the bike in and start selecting parts. I know it needs plastics. I know it needs handlebars, grips, wheels, tyres, chain sprockets. The idea was tossed around that we wanted to do replica builds because that would be really cool. The thing is, we're on a time frame and we want a budget. So it just wouldn't allow it. If you're going to do a replica build, you've got to do it properly. So we didn't want to do it half-assed. We just want to do a bike that is cost effective. Someone goes out, spends like $3,000, which is what we paid for this Kato for, a little bit too much, but we paid for it anyway. And then fix it up on a budget so it's a good rideable bike. That's what we want to do. So no replica builds this time, but they're going to be good quality buys.
You ready?
I am ready. Haven't decided on all of the parts yet, but I have got quite a few parts to replace, so I need to suss out the best plan of attack with the budget that I have left. I'll get to it.
So how much did you spend on this thing?
So I spent $3,200 on this. I got $200 less out of my kitty than these two guys, which, that's a chain sprocket kit.
Beechey's going to need all that.
Yeah, he is.
He's probably going to see if you've got any budget left at the end of this to put on his.
I think Beechey's going to see if I've got any budget left or any time left as well, because he's got so much work to do.
Oh, man.
I'm just taking a video of cable routing and stuff like that, because I always get caught out which way things go, so I can refer back to it, but I'm trying to put it back together again.
Yes, they went real well. The bike's actually in really good condition. I don't think we have too many major dramas, so I think it's just going to be a matter of bolting a heap of new little bits and pieces on. We're going to get the brakes sorted, that's for sure, so that's going to be our number 1 priority. First of all, we just want to rip everything off, see what we're working with underneath, make sure their main components are working. So that's the most important. We can always chuck on the bling bits and all the nice looking pieces after, but I just want to make sure everything else is nice and working well first.
And now we get into it. Today is teardown, inspection and planning. By the end of day 2, we need to know exactly what each bike needs and whether we can fix it within the budget and within the time frame.
I just pulled the air filter off and we noticed there's a little bit of dust in the airbox intake, so that's obviously not what we want. The air filter doesn't look like it's been changed for about 3 years, so hopefully it doesn't suck too much dust in, because we don't want any dust going into the carburetor, into the top end, because that's when we have some bigger mechanical dramas, and that's what the bigger costs are going to be. So I want to rip this airbox, the intake out, rip the carby off, and just check inside the head. We might take the rocket cover off and just see, hopefully there's no dust around, because I'd rather spend my money on other places than having to do a top end. So we'll rip it off and soon find out.
Easy gold, others.
Hey, we got on here, isn't it? Just pulling the old brake line off. I reckon we're going to put a fresh one on. A little bit bent and frail, so we put a fresh Ballast one on and should be good to go.
I'm going to jump on site, see if we've got a throttle cable in stock. I reckon it'd just be a good idea to put one on it. And Fred's done great, doesn't feel great. So we've got a couple of different ones. We'll go with the A1 cable, I reckon. Pretty handy having my garage, because it's got a guaranteed fitment on here. So I know that this one's going to work, which is going to be really good. So I'll grab one of those. It's got aftermarket brake pedal on it, which is good, but it's hitting the case and stuff, so obviously something's not right there. It could be off a different model, so I've got to try and work out what the right one is, because brakes weren't working yesterday, so that'll help. So I pulled the carby off, going to clean that out. It's got a Boyson reed-block in it, which is pretty cool. They're just a good performance mod. I know I've used a couple myself over the years, and pull it out because I want to replace the bolts in it or replace a gasket. Hopefully the reeds are still in good condition, so I'll have a look. I have to clean the reeds up a bit, might even flip the reeds over. You can do that with these, so Just gotta check, make sure there's no cracks or anything through it, and so far it looks pretty good.
You really are thinking a fair bit there, aren't you?
Like, I'm gonna replace the bars. It's got the original KTM bottom bar clamp on it. It's got SPP adapters. So I'm gonna probably need to get a top bar clamp so it can still run the fat bars. Or, oh, you know what? I can't even do that because this bottom clamp, these must have came with like 7/8 bars. So I can't even do that. So I need to look at bar clamps are gonna mount to the stock ones. I don't know, I might even go back to 7/8 bar and not run a fat bar.
Hey Beechey, come here, mate. Don't say anything. Don't make a big deal about this. Just casually go over to that curtain over there. Just have a look on top of the boxes. There might be something.
I'll have a look. These look nice. Might keep a little secret, then I need to come off my budget. Back for you later.
Now I've found 2 pipes, and now I have choices. It looks like Pro Circuit have come through with the goods. Might be able to get one air freighted over for us. See how this pans out. In my search to find a pipe, I've just reached out to one of our suppliers, and just so happens that he said his son has boxes of spares for RMZ 250s, some factory parts from back in the day. So technically that'll fit in my budget if they send them up, because they're not using them, so I don't think they noticed what I just said. So that's our secret.
How's it looking?
It's still sad. Like, it's a good bike. It's gonna be a good bike. It's just the little things. It's, you know, where do you stop? There's that many little bits and pieces that need replacing. They're all the, you know, the nuts and bolts all rusty. That's the scary part. Like, I want to be able to get them out and replace them. I don't want to have to pull the top end off the motor because it does sound pretty good. You know, see how we go with a few of those things. I have got an engine bolt kit coming. I'm just gonna maybe wait till that turns up before I start on them. So we're gonna give it a wash very shortly. I'll give it a nice alloy acid wash and just see how some of it comes up and give it a scrub. Looks like the countershaft seal's leaking, so we'll need a countershaft seal. We might have an aftermarket one, if not a bearing shop or KTM. Pretty happy about that. We've got in stock like a countershaft seal kit. So you got, you know, O-ring, seal, the bush, new circuit. So that'll make life heaps easier. My parts list is just getting bigger and bigger. So with this one, it's not just disassembling it, pulling parts off and putting new parts on. It's, you've actually got to take the part, fix it, repair it, put a kit through it, rebuild it, and then put it back on. Where these cheats over here, literally they're just pulling their bikes apart, giving them a wash, getting a whole bunch of cool new stuff and bolt them on. I might need a few more days.
So what you're saying is your days might just be a little bit longer than theirs?
Yeah, I don't really need to go home, I guess. I'll just hang out here for a little bit.
Where? Beechey's just trying to drum up a bit of sympathy from the viewers so we can get more votes. We'd be like, oh, Beechey had to do more work.
That was a bit harsh.
It's time for us to wash these bikes, but we've got a bit of an upgrade to our workshop this year. Invested in a new pressure washer. Instructions, worst case scenario, you read them.
It's a sad, sad day.
So we've got a bunch of Dirt Lab products. First off, we'll be using the greaser. We've got the new Hyundai pressure washer. So we're gonna mix up some Dirt Lab bike wash as well. Give it a good soak, see how everything comes up. So Ollie's over here washing out his airbox and stuff. He's got the Dirt Lab degreaser going on that now, and you can see it loosening everything up and coming off. So yeah, it's looking good.
So I just started scrubbing up my subframe, and it has been painted like in black paint, but I'm glad that if I scrub hard enough and long enough, the black paint is actually coming off pretty easily. So I'm going to bring it back up to the original alloy colour, which will look much tidier once I'm done.
So it's washing up pretty good. I've given it an acid wash, you can see it. A lot of it's coming up really nice. I was just giving the swing arm a bit of a scrub, and I knew I shouldn't have got too close because it looks like at some stage it's had rocks go between the swing arm and the wheel, and it's put pressure on it, and it's actually cracked in here in the front of the swing arm. So I'm gonna have to pull the swing arm out, take it, get it welded up. It's cleaning up pretty good though.
On the rip this shock out, get it sent over to JPM. They're going to fix her up, do a few bits and pieces to it, and then probably have it back next week and be able to start putting it all back together. Nothing too serious. We just need to get a new bump stop put on. She's pretty worn off and brittle. And that's pretty well it. The suspension actually felt really good yesterday when we rode it. So we're not actually going to touch anything. Not going to change anything. So just get that changed over. We've got a few other bits and pieces to do. So really handy that we've got people like JPM and companies that we can rely on and they can do some work for us. So get it sent to them and we'll get it back shortly. Easy as that.
I'm going to replace a lot of the bolts, a lot of the fender bolts, and I've got an engine bolt kit coming. A lot of this stuff I'm not going to replace. I'm not going to spend a fortune on genuine KTM bolts just to replace all these, so I will tidy a lot of them up. So I'm going to hit that on the buffing wheel, hit it on the wire wheel, see what happens. I think it'll clean up well. Once you do that stuff, you clean it up, use a fresh washer, a bit of inox, and you ride it a few times, the thing will look great again. I think I got myself a real winner here. Every time I start to check something, make sure it's all right, go a little bit deeper and find something. It's like, how far do you go when you want to repair it all? Yes. Look at that, wiring from the stator. Can't leave it like that, you're gonna have to replace it all. We'll get some solder, we'll solder these back together. These literally look like they've just been wound together. So we'll solder them up, put some heat shrink over them again, and then yeah, tape it all up nicely. But the main thing I want to do is make sure all these connections are really nice and strong again. So yeah, we're just wrapping up day one. Bike's down here, as you can see, you know, down to a frame in the engine, still got the bars and stuff on. Suspension's going away today to our JPM. We're just gonna get the shock rebuilt because mine needs, you know, a new seal head, bump stop, so fresh oil in the forks. We're gonna get new seals in there and just get them freshened up. Yeah, so we'll organise a few things and yeah, we'll get into it and be back here for the next day.
All right, so plan moving forward, we're gonna look at all the parts we've got. We're gonna see what's available, what we need to order in. Old parts separated, and we've just been going through what we do, what we don't need, and then make a bit of a plan for that. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. We've got our shock getting sent away to get just a few things touched up with it, new bump stop, overall looked at just to make sure it's all good to go, then we can jam it back in. Being 2007 model, we thought we might have had a few dramas, but our excellent customer service team have been able to track down a pro circuit exhaust pipe for this bad boy. It's gonna be unreal, get it looking real retro like 2007.
All right, day one is done. We had a big cleanup. Didn't come up as clean as I wanted it to, but that's fine, I'll give it another go later. Shock's out, we're shipping the shock off to JPM. Next time we're back in the shed, I'm going to hook in and do a bit more cleaning, get this header off, strip down the controls and cables and levers, and I've got a whole heap of parts in my garage that I need to go and collect from the showroom.
So there you have it, from dodgy wiring to rusted bolts, a busted swing arm and an endless parts list. Beechey's bike is definitely giving him a run for his money. Not sure if he's going to be able to finish it on time or within the budget. Ollie's main concern is his brakes, and Jenna's top priority is whether or not her pro circuit pipe is going to get delivered on time, whilst all three shocks are away getting serviced at JPM. And remember, you could win one of these bikes at the end of the series. Simply click the link in the description, register and vote for your favorite. And for this episode's weekly giveaway, we have two $250 gift vouchers up for grabs. You know the deal, leave a comment below and we'll pick a random winner before the next episode. Hope you'd enjoy this episode, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Grease and grime.
Yeah, boy.
Gymnast, to be honest.
Got the top tire.
I did a quick and collect order.